So what's up, my construction entrepreneurs? Tyrone Jones. These are one of those times where I'm doing a video and I don't want to do a video. But I'm doing it because I need to share more content and I need to get it out, but I'm so busy right now. I'm at Madrid, the apartments. I'm headed to another job in Wilmington. And then I'm headed to go look at another job we just finished at Mojave Foods in, what city is that? I don't know. But I got a lot going on. My guys just demoed quite a bit. They're getting ready to finish off another unit, so I'm getting ready to take off. I got the trailer and the truck there. So getting ready to take off. I wanted to leave the trailer here, but I gotta carry out some trash, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that. All right, but it's out their way though, right? Okay. I'm gonna be taking off here in a little bit to go look at this other job, man. Two of them. Yep.
Okay, and after that?
Now, he don't want us to connect everything.
Just put it in its place?
Put it in its place. I don't care. Pull the hoses for the dishwasher through. Just don't connect the water line, but have it there for the fridge. Don't connect the gas line, but you can plug it in.
Okay.
And the next one, the microwave. Go ahead and install that.
Okay. What's the
And then we got a 9 3/4 and 1 inch.
9 3/4 and 1 inch.
Yep.
Okay. And then after we do that, I'm gonna bounce so I can go get a tire.
You be good.
Yeah. I found one right here in Santa Ana.
Even if you don't finish, you need to leave early. Just do it.
Okay. All right. Appreciate that.
All right.
Let me get this sleeper there.
All right. So anyway, so that's another unit. We're doing like a condo one there. So let me tell you this here, right? Stay with me, because there's always some interesting bleak going on, always. So I got a concrete job from one of my employees that used to work with me. You remember I did a video for an employee. I celebrated his birthday, right? He no longer works for me. So now he has a contractor's license. And now when I let him go, he actually had to fly the coop, right? So he landed a job, I think 3 different jobs, or maybe 2. And he hit me up for a number, right? So do I do this job for this ex-employee or not? A lot of people say, go get the money, Tyrone. But you gotta understand this. Just because people get jobs and because they have a license, that don't mean that you need to be doing work for them. That's what you gotta understand. Just because people have a license and they have work, that don't mean that you have to take the job. Now, what do I mean by that? That means that you need to vet your subcontractors, okay? You have to vet your subcontractors as well as you vet the customers, you vet your subcontractors. So you gotta be careful because some contractors have a different way of how they deal with a contractual lifestyle, contracts lifestyle, or the contractor lifestyle. That's what I want to say. And that's basically how they conduct business, how they live their contractual life, right? So you don't just accept these jobs from these different people, especially if you know that they're brand new at this, right? They're just jumping into it, because one job could turn your whole life around. Right? I could go into this job and be like, oh, I know this guy, he used to work for me, he has a license, so I'm just going to do it and it's easy money. No. You got to realize that you have to vet that subcontractor. Ask them, hey, when the last time you got paid from this customer? Are they paying you on time? And you got to be able to read through the answers that they're giving you. Okay? Have you gotten paid on time? How long have you been on this project? Why are you calling me in to do concrete right now when you already been out here for 30 days? What happened to the contractor that gave you the price originally? Why isn't he here, right? And maybe they're giving you a portion of concrete or a portion of a trade. Well, why isn't why am I not giving you a price to do that portion or whatever happened to that? You know what I'm saying? So you got to ask a lot of questions before you just dive feet first in this, right? Because it seems like the most logical thing to do for me is to do work for this guy that used to work for me. I'm proud that he's doing work. I'm proud that he was able to not hit the ground. He was able to fly a little bit and he got work. But I cannot allow myself to get twisted into these bad contracts from other contractors, right? So you got to go in, and I have to ask those questions. You know, when the last time you got paid? Who is cutting these checks? And are they going to be paying me directly, or are you going to be paying me, right? Okay, so when I file this 21-day preliminary notice, the information that you're giving me is correct, right? Because and they understand about the 20-day preliminary notice, right? And because I need to file that. So so you ask all these questions and kind of get a feel for how the answers are being, the tone, the body language. You know, if you can't see a person, then you hear it on the phone, and you just continue to ask questions, you know, without becoming a bugaboo. But you ask enough questions and important questions to learn more about that project and if it's a fit for you. Because for that particular project, I actually gave him the full price for everything. Like he's been asking me for this number for a few weeks now, and I just gave him the price. I just laid out the whole price, like the I wonder if I can put a screenshot on here. I put a screenshot on the price that I kind of just drew out for him. I didn't do it on the estimate sheet. I just did it as a just laying out line item, and I gave it to him, profit overhead. It was pretty small. Shot it to him, right? And it's a small job. And then he was like, hey man, I want you to do it. And I'm like, I don't know about that one. So I may do it for him. I may not, haven't decided yet. But it seems like he wants me to do it. It's a very small job, 1-day job. I think it came out to like 28,000. I think I'll make like $500 to $800 on it. And that's it, you know, and go from there. But you know, are you vetting your subs? Oh, well, not your subs. You're not only are you vetting your customers, are you vetting the contractors you're doing work for? Whether they're big or small, it doesn't matter. Or do they pay their subcontractors? How do you find that out? Right? Then you ask them who have done work for you before. It doesn't have to be a one-sided discovery type system to where they're making sure you fit their bill or their criteria to do work for them. You need to also make sure, do they fit the criteria for you to do work for them? You know, because some GCs out here are not paying their subs on time, or if at all, for whatever reason. You know, just because they have 10 project managers, that don't mean that they're up and up with all their subs. And that means that you shouldn't be working for them if they're not paying people on time, you know? But you got to ask those questions, and you can't be afraid to ask those questions. Who are the subs that worked for you before? What's their name? You look them up and call them. Give them a call. Have you worked for this general before? Because I'm getting ready to do some work for him. You know, it'd be a sad deal. You find out like, oh, I just got kicked off that job because they didn't want to pay me. You know, and then what you do with that information, you know, you determine how truthful those parties are as you get that information, whatever information that is, and you determine whether you want to take on that risk or not. Right. So I'm still doing a little bit more investigation. I'm calling some of the people that I knew that were involved, that were partnered up with him when they left what I was doing over here, because another guy that was working for me over here went and worked for him, and they kind of teamed up together and went. And this is the crew I fired before I went on my anniversary to Hawaii. So I talked to him. They're no longer doing business, but kind of got a lot of, you know, what's going on, what's the scope of work, what needs to be done, who's involved. And then you got to ask for the preliminary information, right? The 20-day preliminary information, right? I forget what we call it, but basically it shows who you need to file the preliminary two, the 20-day preliminary two. Like who's the lender? Is there a bank? Is there an investment group? Who's the general contractor? And then who's the sub? So it gives you all that information of everyone that's involved. And you should get that on every job that you're on. You should know all the contractors involved. You should not be surprised when the person that hired you to do the job, there's 4 different people above them that cuts the check. That should not be a surprise for you. Every job, you should be following your 20-day preliminary notice. But to file your 20-day preliminary notice, you need to get that preliminary information on who is the lender, who's the owner, is the owner and the lender the same person? If not, who's the lender and who's the GC, and then you'll find out where the person fits in that hired you. Okay, because you could be 6th tier, 7th tier. You could be 4th tier subcontractor, right? 4th tier subcontractor means that a sub hired you, the 3rd in line sub hired you. So, things gets a little funny when it gets to that point, and you got to be careful getting into jobs where you are a sub tier contractor, because that means that you're going to get paid after several people get paid, and someone may be having you do work because they don't either have that portion in their bid and they have to do it, and they're looking for someone to screw over and still get the work done so they can still get paid, or you never know what the situation is. But you should be getting all that information for every particular job that you start. Residential, commercial, doesn't matter. There's people involved in every project, and there's people involved that we get out there and we don't even know. And because we don't file our right paperwork, they don't even know that we're there. So vet the contractors as well as the homeowners and other customers. The contractors you do work for, even though they're vetting you to do work for them, you should also be asking the similar questions, if not the same questions they're asking you. Okay? So you can find out if it's a good fit for your company. Remember that one job can turn everything around, because we didn't ask enough questions or the right questions. So don't find yourself in a pickle. Look at that. I didn't even feel like doing a video, and I spit out some jewels for you guys. Man, I pat myself on the back so much. And you should too. All right, my construction entrepreneurs, let you go with that. Remember, hustle hard, then hustle harder. Hopefully I can do a video of this next job I'm going to, and I don't forget. It's hard to remember to do videos on all these jobs I hit. All right, we'll see. Late.